Hello, this is a video on how to play the card game Australian Patience. Now, Australian Patience is a version of Solitaire. It's somewhat unique in that it's not really similar to, I guess, any specific Solitaire. It's more a mix of many different Solitaires together. And so what you will need is a standard 52 card deck. And at the beginning, the player is dealt 28 cards face up into 7 piles. So we have our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 piles here, with each pile containing 1, 2, 3, 4 cards. This set of piles is known as the tableau. After dealing 28 cards to the tableau, the remaining cards are set aside, forming a stockpile. The waste is an empty pile beside the stockpile, and then you also have places for your 4 foundation piles. On the tableau, if you want to move cards around, they must be in descending order and in the same suit. This means that if you want to place one card onto another card, it must be one rank lower and of the same suit. This jack is one rank lower than the queen. The queen is of diamonds and the jack is of diamonds. So this jack is one rank lower and of the same suit. This is a valid move. That was just to demonstrate what the move could be. Do note that aces are low and kings are high. Groups of cards can be moved. The cards below the one to be moved do not need to be in any order, except that the starting and target cards must be built in same suit and descending order. So, we know that, let us look for a great example here. I do not believe we have a proper example here to be shown, but I was hoping that we could get one. Nevertheless, we will wait for a somewhat proper example. Okay, this is what I mean. Groups of cards can be moved. The cards below the one to be moved do not need to be in any order. So, we can take this 9 of diamonds and we can take this 8 of diamonds and we can take that entire group and move it onto the 9 of diamonds. This is because the 8 of diamonds is one rank lower than the 9 of diamonds and of the same suit. In other words, groups of cards can be moved, only the starting and target cards matter. The rest of the cards in the group do not matter. So we can make a move like so. Notice how we can move that entire group there? Because our starting and target cards were one rank lower and of the same suit. So far, it's quite simple. You can move cards if they are in descending order and of the same suit. And you can move groups if they are of descending order and in the same suit. An empty pile in tableau can only be filled with a king, or a group of cards starting with a king. So let's say we did this move with the 8. We have an empty pile in the tableau there. So an empty pile there could only be filled either by a king or a group of cards starting by a king. So this is a group of cards starting with a king, or this is a group of cards starting with a king. Regardless, an empty pile, as you can see here, can only be filled by a king. Now, so far, it's quite simple. What else is there to talk about? Well, let's say that you run out of moves, or you do not want to currently make any move using the cards you have in your tableau. Then you can click on the stockpile, which deals one card, or I guess if you were playing in real life, you could draw a card from the stockpile, which deals one card face up onto the waste pile. Do note that if you deal another card from the stockpile, it will cover the previous card from the waste pile. Only the top card from the waste pile can be played at any moment. Do note that you can only go through the stockpile once. Once you go through every single card, like so, then you have no more cards from the stockpile available. Foundation piles start from ace and go up to king, so you then play cards of the same suit onto the foundation pile. Notice how we have an ace of hearts here. I will go ahead and place this on one of the foundation piles. The game is won once all cards are moved onto the foundation piles. And so what we will do here is we will go through a quick gameplay demo. I do believe I have established a good, base of the rules. And so we will go through a quick gameplay demo. Once we do that, we will then sum up the rules again. So let us see what moves can be made. Well, we have an ace right there, but it does not seem like we can free it up anytime soon. The only way we can do so is by getting rid of this 4, and there does not seem to be a 5 of clubs, so that is off the table. We do have a 3 of spades, and there is a 4 of spades, so that is a move that can be made. What we will do, we will take this 8 of diamonds, move it onto the 9 of diamonds. We will then take the king and move it like so. That allows us to move this 3 of spades onto that 4 of spades. What will we do there? From there on, we will make an attempt to move this 4 of clubs. To do so, we'll need a 5 of clubs. Now, it's unlikely that that will find its way here, but we can indeed try. And that is the only move we can do other than if we have an ace, unfortunately. We will remember you can only go through the deck once, and so you do need to be somewhat strategic here. Notice that we have a 10 of clubs. We have a jack of clubs there, but we can't really get rid of this queen of clubs. Therefore, that is effectively useless. We have this 9 of spades. We have an ace. Now, that opens up more moves. We can now attempt to put this 2 of spades on top. Now we need to move the jack of hearts. Do we have the queen of hearts here? No, we do not. So what are the cards? We're looking for the 5 of clubs and the queen of hearts. 5 of clubs and the queen of hearts. The 2 of hearts works. Well, now we can try to get the 3 of hearts. But to do so, we need to move the 2 of clubs. 2 of clubs cannot be moved unless we have the 3 of clubs. So what are the cards that we are looking for? We are looking for the 3 of clubs, the 5 of clubs, as well as the, I believe, 3 of clubs, 5 of clubs. Beautiful. Okay. Now we have to attempt to free up space for the 5 of clubs. How can we do this? Well, we know that the 6 of diamonds is right there. We know that the king is right there. What we have to try to do is we have to try some strategic moves here. We want to get the 6 of diamonds. Or excuse me, we want to get the 6 of clubs here. But we do not have such a card. So it seems like we are already off to a bad start. And so what I will do is I will indeed restart in an attempt to get a better hand. So we have an ace here. We want to try to get rid of it. We have what's called, in my opinion, a somewhat, we are kind of stuck. The only way to get to this ace is to move this 9. The only way to move this 9 is to move it onto the 10. But the 10 is right here. And so we need the jack of clubs in order to truly... No, even then we are stuck. This 9 will never ever leave this ace unless we can start another foundation pile. What we will do here is we will sort of look. We'll draw a card there. We have our ace right there. And to get to it, we need to remove our queen of spades. To move our queen of spades, we need the king of spades. We do not have the king of spades. So what we will do now is we will try an alternative strategy. We will draw more cards. Well, we have to... I know if I get the king of spades, I'm going to need a free space to move it. So what will we do? We will try to open up a free space here. Let us try. We know that we have the 8 of clubs here, which can go like so. We want to move this 7 of diamonds, but the 8 of diamonds is above it. So we'll have to do a quick little swap here. Moving the 5 and then moving the 7 back. That is what I'm hoping to do. Move the 10, as well as move the 9 and the 8. That allows us to get the ace. We don't have the jack of clubs, so we cannot do much here, but we can indeed try. So what we will try, and I'm only going to try for a bit more, because as you can see, Australian patience is somewhat hard here. But what we will do here is we know that we need to get some sort of sequence going. Just instead of focusing on, I guess, all of these moves, what I will do is I will go like so, and like so. That gets those 4 in sequence. We don't have the 4 of diamonds, so we cannot do anything else. We don't have the 9 of diamonds, we cannot do anything else. What other cards can we get in sequence? We have to try to get rid of this ace. To do so, we need the 2 of diamonds. Luckily, we have it right there. We then move the 9 and the 8 of clubs back. Then we move the ace and the 2. Now we are truly starting to play solitaire. We have to try to get that 3. To do so, we need to move this 3 of hearts. Now, to move that 3 of hearts, I'm going to need to move the 6 of spades. The 6 of spades can currently not be moved. Why? We do not have the 7 of spades on the board. Okay, let us look to another thing. We can try to move this queen of spades. By doing so, we will have to try our best here to sort of see what we can do now. Remember, just try your best to get all of your cards in order. I want to get this 3 of hearts onto that 4 of hearts. To do so, I have to move the 6 of spades. Not going to happen. I want to move this 3 of diamonds. There, I need the 4 of diamonds. Not available. I want to move this 3 of clubs. I do not have the 4 of clubs. I want to move this 3 of spades. I do indeed have the 4 of spades. To do that, I need to move the jack of spades. I can move that onto the queen of spades. So, as a result, what do we need so far? Well, we need some sort of way to move these cards around. By having this king and this queen right here at the surface, it limits a lot of what we can do. So that's why I consider this a somewhat bad hand, but we will continue playing. The 4 of clubs is right there. And to move it, we'll need the 5 of clubs, which we do not have. We do have the 9 of spades now. So that's beneficial. What we have to try to do is move the 7 of spades, then move the 9 of spades. That allows us to move the 8 of spades. Now, then we can try to move the 7 of clubs there. We have this somewhat order here. That's very nice. But we have to try to move this 5. This 5. We want to try to move this 5, but we cannot. What other moves can we make? Well, if we have the 7 of spades, we can move it there. If we had the 6 of hearts, we can move. This 5 of hearts. If we had the 4 of diamonds, we can make a lot of moves. We do not. If we have the 4 of hearts, we could make some moves. Does not look like we can make any real moves right now. What we will have to do is we will have to simply wait it out. Let us wait it out now. A king of hearts. Okay. This is very, very beneficial, but we cannot really do anything with it right now. Reason being, we have to try to empty a hand, and that simply seems impossible unless... Okay. We could have made the impossible possible, but it's impossible. Because if we move this queen of hearts, we can then move this stack onto that jack of spades, allowing us to free this up, placing the king of hearts, then moving the queen of hearts. We have to try to find a way to free up any stack possible. Any single stack that can be freed, we must try. Does not look like any stack can be freed, and so we must flip. 7 of spades, very beneficial. What we will have to do here is we will have to move this 10 of hearts somehow. But we cannot do so. We cannot do so. But doing so would be extremely beneficial. So how would we go about doing this? Well, we need the jack of hearts. We have the ace of spades. That's very beneficial. But so far, well, we have our 4 of diamonds. That's great. We have our 5 of spades. We can do a bit of a frenzy with spades if we just get the right cards. Jack of clubs, yes, yes, this is what we needed. Now, this 2 of spades, very good. Let's try to get that 3 of spades there. This jack needs to get onto that. We need a queen of spades somehow. And we need to move this 4. Queen of spades is right there. Can we move? Well, we need the 9 then. We need the 9. That is imperative. Jack. Very good. We need the 9 of hearts. 6. 2. Nope. Oh. Nope. Queen. Yes. 9. Very good. Let's try to make somewhat of a move here. Okay. Quite confused as to what the plan is here. I do not really know. But we will keep going in an attempt to sort of understand. Where's the 4 of clubs? 10 of diamonds. Put some in the jack of diamonds. Jack of clubs, yes. Yes, there we go. Get the 10 of clubs there. Yes, now it is a bit of a move that can be made. Okay. Where's the 7 of spades? Where is the 7 of spades? 7 of spades, where are you? Okay. So, what we have here is a bit of a weird situation. Because, okay. Now, just by watching me play, you can sort of see, but you want to try to arrange as many of those favorable foundations, as I like to call them, as you can. So, 3, 6, okay. We will try our best to play this out. Let's move these diamonds over here. That gives us a blank pile for that king. That gives us that entire pile there. 4. Okay. We want to move that 3. So we'll move that 3 of diamonds there. Allows us to move the 4 of clubs. Now we can sweep this entire set of foundations. It's always refreshing. Sometimes when you play solitaire, if you notice, I was getting stuck at the beginning of the video there, but you'll have some sort of a breakthrough. And it's very, very hard to define, but you'll have what I call a breakthrough. And as you can see, it's automatically moving our cards because we have gotten the required foundations. So that wraps up how to play Australian Patience. Let us sum up the rules one more time here. So, at the beginning, the player is dealt 28 cards face up into 7 piles each, with each pile containing 1, 2, 3, 4 cards. This set of piles is known as the tableau. After dealing cards to the tableau, the remaining cards are set aside, forming a stockpile. You also have your empty waste pile, and you also have a foundation with 4 empty foundation piles. On the tableau, cards are played in descending order in the same suit. You can also play groups of cards that can be moved. The cards below the one to be moved does not need to be in any order. Only the starting and the target cards must be built in the same suit and descending order. I think you can sort of see, same suit, descending order. The cards in between do not matter. You can move the entire group. Also, do note that you can deal 1 card from the stockpile at any time onto the waste pile. No re-deal is allowed. You can only go through the stockpile once. An empty pile in a tableau can only be filled with a king or a group of cards starting with a king. Foundation piles contain cards starting from ace, and they go up to king. The game is won when all of the cards are moved onto the foundation piles. That wraps up how to play Australian Patience. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoy.